Nothing says love more than a hug. Hi, my name is Ilona van Tuinen. I am the curator of 16th and 17th century drawings at the Rijksmuseum. In these exceptional times, a walk through the galleries of this beautiful museum can result in new personal encounters with artworks. I, for instance, find myself drawn to works of art that depict the embrace, the hug, that most basic form of human connection that we all took for granted until now. This beautiful 15th century sculpture made out of wood is entirely about a hug and a kiss. We see Anna and Joachim, the parents of the Virgin Mary. They are older and so far they have remained childless, much to their great grief. But here we see the moment depicted right after they learn that they're going to be parents after all, because Anna is carrying a child, Mary. The tenderness and the happiness between these two people who know each other so well is profoundly moving and timeless. Sometimes images can convey so much more than words can. And this is especially true in the case of a 16th century altarpiece by Cornelis Engelbrechts, depicting the very last moment between Mary and her son, Jesus. This is one of the most sober embraces in all of art history. Christ and his mother, Mary, are barely touching. Their heads are touching slightly and their arms are touching a little bit, but there is distance in between them. There's not only distance in their actual physical gesture, but also in their mental gesture. At least that's what I see in it. Because when I look at Christ, I imagine him already on his path, preparing himself for what lies ahead. And now let's look at a really naughty embrace. So what we have here is a beautiful and important painting by Lucas van Leyden, a 16th century artist, called The Dance Around the Golden Calf. We see people dancing around this golden calf here, in essence committing idolatry. All the while, Moses is up on Mount Sinai in conversation with God, while his own people are misbehaving badly. This sweeping view across 3 panels is one big party. We see people being sinful in that they are drinking too much, or they are eating too much, having a massive meal here. Or, as this couple, having this naughty embrace. In other words, they are making out. So this is so important, and this is such an important group in the painting, because he is looking directly at us, while he's holding the woman that he's making out with, as though he is saying, "Aren't I a lucky man?" Depicting the human figure is one of the biggest challenges that artists could face. And depicting 2 human figures locked in an embrace is even more difficult. The Rijksmuseum has a very large collection of drawings. However, these are not often on view because of their extreme vulnerability to light. But today I do want to show you one drawing by Rembrandt, especially because it is one of the most beautiful embraces in art history. So here we see the goodbye of Tobias and his young wife Sarah. At the center, we see Tobias being embraced by his father-in-law. It is incredibly affectionate, and he's even planting a kiss ever so tenderly on his cheek. What I always find striking are the 2 figures in the background, the mother, Edna, and Sarah. Because they are not hugging anymore, they're not embracing, and they're not speaking. It's almost as though they have done all that, as though they are contemplating what life is going to be without each other. Possibly forever. So we can't talk about hugs and miss out on the most famous embrace in all of art history. This is, of course, one of the most beloved paintings in the whole Rijksmuseum, The Jewish Bride by Rembrandt. We see the famous story of Isaac and Rebecca, the couple that loved each other very deeply, but in this particular case is not allowed to show their love, and so they pretend to be brother and sister. In this particular scene, they think that they are alone, and the urge to express their love to each other, to touch each other ever so slightly, is greater than the feeling of danger that they might face. The center part of the whole composition are the two hands where the actual touch happens. Isaac is placing his hand on the chest of his wife, Rebecca, and she's reciprocating ever so slightly with her fingertips. It's almost as though Rembrandt here is depicting the entire history of their love for each other in this one embrace. I hope that you enjoyed all these artistic hugs in times of social distancing. Stay safe and please come back to the Rijksmuseum soon.